Hello everyone and welcome back to another tutorial. Today we will be looking at mail merge, where we will be importing a database within Microsoft Word and embed the information needed for that Microsoft Word document. If you did not watch our previous tutorial on how to create a form and a report using database, please click on the link at the top right hand corner. Also, there's other tutorials as it relates to database, Excel, and creating a web page. You can find those also at the top right hand corner. Please remember to share, like, and of course, subscribe for more content which will be available for your disposal. Hello everyone and welcome back to another tutorial. Today we will be looking at mail merge, and we are going to show you how to create a mail merge document by importing a database file into your Word document file. Now sit back, relax and enjoy. Now we had previous tutorials on database, how to create a form, how to create reports, queries and tables. If you did not watch that tutorial, please click on the link at the top right hand corner. Also, please remember to subscribe. Okay, so let us get right into it. So we are going to create a mail merge using a question. Our tutorials are always question based for persons who would have watched our tutorials before. So this is the question in front of us. I'm going to highlight it so you know exactly what I am talking about. Good. So the question says that we are going to use a mail merge feature to send to all the students, asking them to verify their personal information contained within the letter and report any incorrect information to the exam coordinator, Ms. Lynch. Report the exam coordinator on the following dates so as to verify subject information. The letter should have the school's contact information in a header and or footer, have margins set to 1.5 all around, formatted for emphasis, bold, italicized, underline, font color, font size, etc. Free from spelling and grammatical error. And you should name the primary document registration and name your secondary document registration final. So, before you begin, make sure you remember where you have your database file. If you do not remember where it is, please find it, put it in a folder that you can easily find it because you're going to need it for this tutorial. Okay, so let's go. The first thing that we're going to do is to create a blank document. Alright, we're going to create a blank document, and what we're going to do, we are going to set the margins to 1.5 because that is what the question asks. So the first thing that you do is go to layout right here, go to layout, then you go to margins, then you go to custom margins. Then if you realize top, left, bottom and right is all set to 1, please change those to 1.5. Good. When that is done, you click on OK and your margins are set to 1.5. The next thing that we're going to do is we are going to do the header and footer. So we're going to put our school contact information in the header. Now I'm going to use the name of this school because for persons who would have watched my previous tutorials, I've always used this school's name for my tutorial. I did so with the web page tutorial, and if you did not watch the web page tutorial, please click on the link at the top right hand corner to see how to create a web page / website using Wix. Alright, so we're going to put our information here. Alright, telephone, email, and website. Now the website that I'm going to use is the same website that I had published when I was given the tutorial on creating a web page. And this URL is actually published on the internet. So if you look at this website, you will see what was the finishing product of the tutorial I did on websites or web pages. Alright, good. So I'm going to enlarge in my text to 12. However, Future Leaders High School, because it's the name of the high school, is going to go 1 or 2 steps above that. I'm going to bold it as well. Alright, so it's easily identifiable. Alright, now I'm going to put a logo in my header. Now, for persons who would have followed the Wix tutorial, the logo or crest that you'd have used in that tutorial, you can use it in this one as well. Or if you so desire to have another one, it is all up to you. If you do not have a logo or a crest, you can use some form of educational icon to place there, such as a graduation hat with a certificate, a clip art of a student, and so forth. The decision is up to you as it relates to that. But what I'm going to use is I'm going to use the crest that I actually use in my web page, because the name of the school on my web page is Future Leaders High School as well. So I want to have some level of consistency and organization. So I'm going to use that. So if you're going to do the same, or if you're going to add a picture, you go to Insert, then you go to Pictures, then you go to, well, you don't have to necessarily go to Pictures. Go to the folder in which your picture is located. Mine is located in the Pictures folder. So here it is. Good. Now, if you realize it is difficult, when you pay, it is difficult for you to move the image the way you want it to be moved. If that's the case, you're going to wrap text the image. What do I mean by that? Now, there are two ways to do it. You can either select the option up here, right here, alright, and select either behind text or in front of text, or you can select the option right here, which I believe is much more simpler. Alright, and then you select in front of text. Alright, when that is done, you will be able to move your picture any way you like. So I'm going to place mine right here, but it looks too big, so I'm going to shrink it just a bit. Perfect, looking flawless. Now that I've done that, I'm going to go into my footer. What I'm going to put in my footer, I'm going to put the motto of the school, which is Fly High for Success, which is what I actually made up. Was persons who are watching this tutorial, yes, you should all fly high for success. Alright, good. I'm going to change the font of this to make it look stylish. I'm going to center it as well. Good. Now, I'm going to zoom out a little bit. So, every single thing between the motto and the contact information of the school, that is where your letter is going to be. Alright? So, just a quick refresh as it relates to what the letter should be about. Alright? I'm going to place a question in the description for those who would like to see it. So, it says that using the mail merge feature, a letter is to be sent to all students asking them to verify personal information. Those personal information will be fetched from the database file. Alright? Your letter should also have these important dates in which the students will visit the exam coordinator to verify the subject information. And the letter should have some more detail, such as formatted for emphasis, bold, italic, underline, font color, font size, and so forth. And we have already started doing that. Alright? And of course, the letter should be free from spelling and grammatical errors. Alright, so let us go back to our tutorial or document. Good. So how we're going to start our letter? By having the date. Now, if you look at the dates given in the table in the question, they are from 2020 October. And when doing a letter, you need to give persons ample time to prepare themselves for whatever the letter, especially if it is a meeting or something that they have to attend. Alright? So I'm going to place mine at the 30th of September, right, 2020. So from the 30th to the 7th, I think that is enough time for you to actually be ready for you to visit the coordinator. Alright, so let's get into it. So the next thing that we are going to do is you are being asked to visit the exam coordinator. So you have been asked to visit the exam coordinator. Alright, so please remember the name of the exam coordinator that was used in the question. So you're going to use that one. So because you need to follow what the question says. If a teacher gives you a question, the best thing to do is to follow exactly what it asks for, nothing more, nothing less, so that you can capitalize on your grade. Alright, so information that we have for you is as follows. Sorry. Alright, so right here where it said information we have for you is as follows, is the information that you would typically import from the database. Alright, so what's going to happen is that this is where the mail merge comes in. Alright, so I'm asking you to please pay keen attention to what I'm about to do. Alright, so what you're going to do is you're going to go into mailings. Right, go into mailings, then you go to start mail merge, then you go to step-by-step mail merge wizard. Alright, then you make sure that the selection is done on letters, and then afterwards you click on starting document. Make sure the section says use the current document, which is the one that you is already typing on. Then you select on the option that says select recipients. When you select the option that says select recipients, right, you click on browse. When you click on browse, remember the initial stage when I said that you need to remember where your database file is. This is the part in which you're going to select your database file. I know where mine is. Make sure you know where yours is located. So let's go. So good. Now that I've selected my database file, all the tables and the queries that is located or that is on that database file will pop up and show you themselves. Here they are. Right? Now, what this is asking you is to which one of the queries or tables you're going to use, because there are information on every one of them. So you need to know your own database table and need to know which information that you need for the letter and which one of those information is located in. So for mine, it is located in student data. The first name, the last name, the middle name, gender, and date of birth of the student is located in student data. So you can double click on it or select and then click on OK. If you realize all the name of the 30 students from that database file shows up. You click on OK. Then you click on the next step, which is to write your letter. When you have done that, right, you are going to organize how the student's information is going to be laid out on the letter. So please pay attention. So what I want is the first name, middle name, last name, gender, and date of birth. So I'm going to put first name here first, right? Then I go to more items over here. Then this shows you all the database fields located in the student data table from the database. Alright? So I want first name. So I click on first name and I click on insert. All the fields that you select should have these two icons on the outskirt of them. Then I go to middle name, right? Then I go more items, middle name, insert. Same thing for last name. Alright, more items, last name, insert, close. Then gender. Click on gender. Then you have date of birth. Whichever you prefer come first. Right? Most time date of birth I think is first. Then more items. Date of birth, DOB. Okay, good. Now you can format, which is a requirement from the question, these words, alright, so that when the student's name eventually shows, alright, it will look very presentable. Alright, good. Now some may ask the question, why didn't I list everything going down? Please remember that you would have changed the margin to 1.5 and you only have a limited amount of space to work with. So you have to make sure you organize how you do the different parts of the sentence, how you organize different parts of the letter, right? So you can use little space, but also allowing the information to look presentable. Alright, good. So after we have done that, right, we are going to create the table from the question that told us about the date in which students should attend so that they can see the exam coordinator. Here it is, these 3 dates right here. Alright, so here we go. In order to prevent or to avoid, we use avoid a large, or to avoid a, in order to avoid crowd, a large group of persons. You are being asked to visit the school based on the schedule given below. Alright, good. So we're going to create our table. So how do you create your table? So you're going to insert at the top right here. Then you go to table. Now, if you look at the information given on the question, you realize that there are 3 dates, right? And on one side, it shows the range of letters in which the student's last name will fall in. All right? So that's 2 columns and 3 rows. However, you need a title to state the date and to state range of last name. So you typically have 4 rows. All right? 4 rows and 2 columns. So that is 2 by 4 right here. So I have students with last names, or last name, sorry, date. So the first set is from A to I, second from J to R, and the third will be from S to Z. Good. Then you have Wednesday, October 7th, 2020. Now the format of the date doesn't matter. You don't have to do the date the way I did. That's all up to you. Okay? Thursday, October 8th, 2020. And then you have Friday, October 9, 2020. Alright, good. Now that our table is done, I'm gonna kind of shrink the table and give it some features so it look presentable. Alright, so you click on the table, then up here you see design, you go to design, and then you set the different designs that are there. I'm going to choose this one, this color, to coordinate with my logo at the top. Good. Let us move on now. So we are going quite well so far. So if you are unable to make it on the date stated above, please contact the exam coordinator. Or your form teacher. To make them aware so that a new date can be given. Alright, wonderful. If you attempt to make changes after the information has been submitted to CXC, you will have to pay a fine of $50. Alright, good. Thanks for your cooperation. Sincerely, signature line, name of the exam coordinator, right, and her position. Alright, good. So we are finished with our with typing our letter, or what our letter should have. Alright. Now sometimes you may type and you realize that there's a space here. You can remove that space. And how do you do that? Highlight these two, you go right here and click on remove space after paragraph. Alright, so we have quite a bit of space below. We're gonna change the size of these texts. Put them to 12, and then you space what needs to be spaced. Alright. Alright, so the question said that we should do some formatting to it, which is the color of your text, the type of text, the size, like bold, italic, and so forth, which we should do all of that. So we're going to do that right now. Alright, so dear students, I'm going to put that in bold. Alright, the list here is already bold. Let me see what else. Unable, bold, and capital. I'm going to underline it. $50 US. Alright, that is going to be, I'm going to make that bold and change the color of it. Alright, I'm going to italize this and bold it as well. What else? I think that's it. Yes, I think that's it. Alright, good. So now that you have typed your letter and you have made the necessary changes and you have added what needs to be added to it, this is where the mail merge begins. So we have added the database fields already to it. So when you have done everything right here, you go to the bottom over to the mail merge section to the right hand side of the page, where you see step 4 of 6. You click on next, preview your letters. And if you realize immediately the first name that was here changed to Tracy, last name Green, gender female, date of birth the 12th of the 6th 2003. Alright, now in my database, none of the list of students that I have in my database had a middle name, and that's the reason why it is blank there. For those who added a middle name, then the middle name would appear right here. So that's the reason why there's no middle name in mine. Alright, the option over here that said recipient 1, if you click on the others, you realize that the names change. Alright, and you will end up seeing all 30 students that is listed within the database. Alright, now this is the primary document. So you need to save this document as registration according to the question. So you go to File, Save As, and then you select where you want to save your file. I'm finding pictures and I call it registration. Right? And it is saved. Then for the secondary document, look at the bottom right hand corner where you see complete the merge. You click on that, then you click on edit individual letters. When you do that, make sure the option all is selected, then you click on OK. Right? When that is done, look at the bottom left hand corner, you will see page 1 of 30. Now this is 30 different letters with the names of 30 different students, and all these 30 students are the names of the students that will be found on your database, or for mine, it's on my database. So this is how you execute a mail merge. Alright, this is the secondary document and this should be saved as registration final. So you do the same option, go to File, go to Save As, select the folder in which you want to save it, and rename your file to what you want it to be named. Alright, in my case, registration final, because that is what the question requires me to do. Now, this is how you do a mail merge. I hope that you enjoy this tutorial, and I hope that you actually learn how to do a mail merge. For more tutorials like these, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. There are tutorials on database, how to create tables, importing them from Excel, how to create queries, how to create forms, and how to create reports. All those tutorials will be found at the top right hand corner. Also, there are other information technology videos available at your disposal. Please feel free to watch them as many times as you like and share them with your friends and family. Please have a wonderful day and please wait patiently for our next tutorial. Thank you.